channel. And if you're new here, my name's Martin, and I'm trying to use this channel to share some of my experiences now that I've retired. Now, as I said when I got to the end of my river cruise, i.e. St Ives, that I would be turning round and probably not recording all of the return journeys back to the canals, but that I would be posting a couple of updates of things that are interest on the return journey. Well, this is the second of those updates, and you join me as I prepare to depart Peterborough Embankment on the second part of my trip back to Northampton. I anticipate the trip will take 4, 5, maybe 6 days, and then it's back up onto the canals and back to normal cruising. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy it. Now, on this trip back to the canals, I did stop at some familiar moorings, and the first of these was at Wansford Station. We had hoped to see the Tornado steam train, but unfortunately its advertised excursions weren't running. They're now going to be running in October. The next stop was Fotheringhay. The work on the present church was begun by Edward III and included a college on the southern side. The church was completed around about 1430. The church as it stands today, St Mary's and All Saints, although only the nave, aisles and octagonal tower remain of the original building, it's still a very impressive structure. Fotheringhay is a very pretty village with lots of history, particularly surrounding the castle. The site of the original castle was likely founded in around about the 12th century by Simon de Senlis, the Earl of Northampton. It changed hands successively until it came into the possession of Edward III, who then passed it on to his son Edmund of Langley, the first Duke of York, and the castle became the home of subsequent Dukes of York. Richard III was born in the castle in 1452, and his father, Richard Plantagenet, the third Duke of York, and his mother, Cecily Neville, the Duchess of York, are both buried in the nearby church. Fotheringhay is also where Mary Queen of Scots was tried and beheaded in 1587. Her body lay there for some months before burial in Peterborough Cathedral and later reburial at Westminster Abbey. Although it is often said that James I destroyed the castle because his mother was killed there, the facts are that the castle had fallen into disrepair and had to be pulled down, and the stones were taken and used in other buildings. Local legend has it that the staircase from the castle is now in the Talbot Hotel in Oundle. Those of you that saw my journey in the opposite direction may recall me commenting on the amount of damage that were being done to willow trees by ermine moth caterpillars. Well, in the opposite direction, a few months later, I'm delighted to say that the trees pretty much have all recovered. This is Pear Tree Farm moorings, where it was almost 100% loss of leaf. And I stopped there on the way back up towards the canals, and the trees have recovered remarkably well. But that recovery was replicated all the way along the river. Well, I'm about to leave the East of England rivers, at least for now. I spent the night in Northampton Marina because I needed the services there, but I'm now heading out probably about 500 metres to where the first lock on the canal system is. So yeah, it's going to be a long day. took the wrong turn in then and ended up in a sluice. Ah, here we are. Okay, goodbye rivers, hello canal. And 17 locks. Here we go then. Lock number 1 starts with a bang. Well, it's a long time since I've been in one of these narrow locks, so need a bit of practice, I suppose. Oh, the joys of leaky lock gates. That was hard work, that was. Right, we'll just moor up and shut this lock gate. Apologies for the banging, I'm trying to turn a corner but not got used to these narrow locks yet. Okay, well that's that first lock completed. Very leaky, but that's probably the shape of things to come. So I've got a fair schlep now to get to the next lock, maybe a mile, and then by about, I think it's lock 13, they start coming thick and fast, probably sometimes less than 100 metres apart. So yeah, here we go. At least it's overcast today, it's not too sunny, well it's not sunny at all, but it is early, but there is some rain forecast for later, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, in a bit. I got a bit muddled there. Lock 16 is actually not far at all. It's just the other side of this old railway bridge, I believe, just around the corner. And here comes number 16. Well, I've done 12 of the 17 locks. I've got 5 more to do, but the boat's run out of water. It was starting to get a bit dodgy, and 1 or 2 people that I've passed coming the other way have said there's been a couple of blokes going up in a little boat, in a small narrow boat, and they're leaving lock gates and ground paddles wide open. And what's happened up ahead of me is that the system has, well, it hasn't drained, but it's not good. I walked to the top from here because this pound isn't very good. Water's reasonably low, although I am still floating okay. And I walked to the top of the flight, and the top pound is completely dry. The lock gates were wide open and the ground paddle wide open. The next the next pound is not too bad, but then the following 2, the 2 ahead of me, are really low, to the point where you can just about see the bottom, and I don't really want to take a chance in getting up there then getting stuck in the middle, and yeah, I just don't want that. So I'm moored up here between locks 5 and 6, I think. Yes, between locks 5 and 6. I'm going to stay here until this pound at least comes up, and the locks get some water in them, because even if the pounds are full, once you fill the locks up, the pounds dry out again. So yeah, I'm going to wait for some water to come down. Overnight it should be fine, and then I'll probably set off again in the morning. I've done 12 locks. I've been going just a fraction over 5 hours. I'm quite pleased with that. So it's now rather late lunch, but I'm going to have a late lunch and a cup of tea, and yeah, have a sit down. I've been standing up all morning, or running around actually all morning. Okay, so let's see how we get on, but probably see you again in the morning. Well, there we go. Just finished the Northampton flight. A day later than I'd anticipated because we ran out of water, but we're up here now. Just got to get the boat out of the last lock and moor it up, and then close the gate, and then we'll trundle off and find somewhere to moor up, somewhere near Stoke Bruin, I think. Okay, in a bit. In reality, I didn't go very much further. I got to Gayton Junction, turned left down the Grand Union Canal, a mile or so just below Blissworth Village, and that's where I settled for a few days. So that's it for this one then. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to know what I'm up to now I'm back on the canals, then ring the notification bell, and if you thought this was interesting, then give us a thumbs up. Okay, see ya.